So what is going on, guys? I am BlackOpsAmazing. Welcome back to another video on the channel, where today I am back where I want to answer a question that I see a lot of people ask all the time, including myself, and that is, are we ever going to get a Call of Duty Zombies only game? This is a question that we've been asking as a community since, I would say, Black Ops 1, 2010, the very early days of Zombies, because back then, World at War, BO1 and BO2, I would say Zombies was, and it was very clear to tell, a third side mode. It was never a priority, you could still say it isn't now, but if you compare those earlier days to Zombies in BO3 or Black Ops 4 especially, you can tell that the Zombies department got a lot bigger. There were more people working on it. I mean, at the end of the day, if Treyarch had their own department to work on this third mode, then they weren't messing around. Obviously, Black Ops 3 had Zombies Chronicles, Black Ops 4 had so many Zombies maps. A lot of time and effort went into both of those games, yet still, even at the peak of Zombies for me, which was BO3 and the beginning of BO4, even though that was a few years ago now, we have never really heard any concrete proof that we could be getting a COD Zombies game. It has always just been a rumour, wishful thinking, I guess. And if we look at the state that Zombies is in now, especially in Vanguard, I'd say it's been on the decline ever since Black Ops 4, towards the end of that game. If we didn't get a Zombies only game in its peak, then I don't think there's a chance that we are going to get one now. But who knows? And I'm bringing this up because I saw this question. It is from Landon, and he said this: we need a COD game that is called Call of Duty and is basically just COD Mobile and is updated non-stop by all three studios. This is something that I've been asking for such a long time, just a game called Call of Duty. Well, specifically, I've been asking for a Call of Duty Zombies game. So basically, it's standalone COD Zombies. It keeps the same mechanics, the same engine. We don't need to get a new COD Zombies game every year, but instead, all the developers have to do is just update it with a new map every, I don't know, every few months, every 2 months, I guess. And that would be pretty simple for them to do, I think, if they didn't have to create a new game every year. If the developers could just make the game, and then all they had to do was focus on adding a new map every other month, along with some updates, I think that would be very possible for them to do, and also would be the best scenario I can think of. There is no need for Call of Duty Zombies, for that portion of the game, to get a new release every year. Zombies doesn't need updating with a new engine every year. It doesn't need new mechanics. Just find that perfect balance. Even Vanguard, I think the mechanics in this game are okay. It's just missing the basic features. All Zombies needs is content, and that would be a very simple fix. All they'd have to do is just not release a game every year. Stick to the one engine, stick to the one game, and then update it for years to come. I also think that way you'd bring in a lot more money from the Zombies community. But that also applies to COD as a whole. As this person says here, if we just got a game called Call of Duty that was updated non-stop by all three studios, Treyarch doing the Zombies, Sledgehammer working on, I don't know, they can go do something, and then Infinity Ward doing the multiplayer, Raven doing Warzone, I think that, just like Fortnite, could be so much more successful than what they're doing now. That's essentially how Warzone was for a couple of years, up until recently with the release of Vanguard and the new map, which, by the way, have you seen how the reception for that has gone? Warzone has become very successful following that formula, not needing to purchase a new game every year, and instead just gets updates. So why not just make a game called Call of Duty where every game mode follows that same principle? It makes sense. I just can't see that happening for, well, obviously money reasons and, I don't know, stupidity, not wanting to break a cycle. We do know that in Treyarch's next game they are working on a new engine. We had this tweet from the Ghost of Hope where he said Treyarch are going to have fun learning on the IW 8.0 engine for COD 2023. So if just like Vanguard Zombies, Treyarch are working on an alternate version of Infinity Ward's engine, as this person says, they're going to have to relearn everything, which could take away time from adding actual content that we want to see in the game, such as maps or features, perks and stuff like that. If they have to spend more time getting the basics down first, that, just like Vanguard or Cold War, could take away from actual content, because remember, I've always said, as we've seen in Treyarch's latest two Zombies iterations, Vanguard and Cold War, neither of those games were originally theirs, and that shows because both of those games also have a lack of content. Obviously, each COD gets a new engine every year. It's usually just a more updated version of the previous one, but 2023 will be the first time since Black Ops 4, Treyarch have actually fully developed their own game. That's if things don't change along the way. And that was back in, what, 2018? Now it's been quite a long time since we've seen a proper Treyarch Zombies game. So I'm actually quite excited for their next one. But getting back to what I was saying, none of this would even matter if Treyarch just did their own Call of Duty Zombies game. I just spoke about having a universal COD, but even if Activision didn't want to do that, what I'd love them to do is just separate the Zombies portion, make that its own game, and just update it every month with new content. That is the dream, that's what we've been speaking about for a long time. I believe, if I'm not wrong in saying, there was something in China called COD Online that had a zombies mode, and the formula of that worked similar to what I'm describing here. I think it would be a success if we look at, say, Zombies Chronicles. That still, to this day, is one of the most successful DLC packs Activision have ever released, if not the most successful. That should have shown them, even in money terms, that Zombies can stand on its own feet. Obviously it didn't, because, well, we've still yet to get Zombies Chronicles 2. We've been speaking about that for years. Because of the success of the original, it would make sense for them to bring out a second one, but they haven't. I think at the end of the day, what they care about most is multiplayer or Warzone now. Zombies has always really been the third mode. However, at one point in time, I think during Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4, in those games, Zombies, in my opinion at least, was bigger than the multiplayer. Especially in BO4, the Zombies portion of that game was advertised more than any other portion of it. The special edition was a mystery box. The special edition of BO3 was the Juggernaut fridge. We had some amazing zombie trailers for BO4. I can't really remember any promotion for the multiplayer side of that game. It was all zombies. And that, oddly, or coincidentally I should say, was also Treyarch's last full game. So if in 2023 is when we get their next full game, hopefully, judging by their previous fully finished product, I think we could be in for a very good Treyarch Zombies game, if everything goes as planned. The Zombies team right now are working on Vanguard, however, I don't believe it is every member of the Zombies department. After Vanguard finishes, Treyarch then won't be working on anything else other than their own project whilst Modern Warfare 2 comes out. So even though, yes, they still wouldn't have had the full 3 years to work on Zombies in 2023, they would have at least had 2. And I think that's what we have to hope for, because, yeah, I can't ever see a COD Zombies only game coming. I'm just trying to think of ways how Activision could monetize it after the initial purchase. I suppose skins and weapon blueprints. It is doable, there is profit there, but the question is it enough? I don't know. Over the past few videos I've made, I've been saying something very similar to what this person said. I saw this on Twitter and I thought they made a good point. It says, I really miss paid content for Zombies. I'd happily pay a premium to experience a Treyarch DLC season like we used to get back in the day. Wouldn't make much sense for multiplayer, but Zombies? I miss that guaranteed arrival of maps as opposed to question marks. And that's true for the Zombies portion, at least. I can only speak for that part of the game. It's treated very differently to multiplayer now, but we don't really know what we're going to be getting from one day to the next. Yes, we are given a roadmap at the beginning of each season, but if we look at what we've been told we are getting for Zombies in Season 1, it's a little bit of a joke. Now, on the other hand, I could say, well, we have yet to see a proper full Treyarch Zombies game since this feature was introduced, since DLC content has gone free. The first time we saw that was in Modern Warfare, then in Cold War, and then in Vanguard. Neither of those games are full Treyarch products. They came in halfway through Cold War. That game initially was Sledgehammer's. Again, Vanguard, that's Sledgehammer's game. Treyarch have just done the Zombies portion. We've yet to see a full game made by Treyarch that has free season content, so maybe it would be different to what we've experienced lately, but if it wouldn't be, then I'd have to agree with this statement. I much preferred, even though obviously I'd rather not pay for things, but I think I would prefer to pay for a season pass to be told exactly what I can expect, to be guaranteed content. I've said before, because DLC is free now, we aren't guaranteed anything. We aren't guaranteed a certain quality of whatever products they are releasing. Because it's free, they can essentially do what they want. Whereas before, when we paid for it, they would have to deliver on what they promised in the beginning. So it's a difficult one, because obviously we'd prefer free content. I don't think there's any arguing at the end of the day that is the best way to go. But when it means that if you pay for something, you're going to get better quality, more content, more maps, it becomes tricky. So yeah, let me know what you prefer in the comment section below. Anyway, there we go, that is it. That is all I have for you for today. As always, hopefully you've enjoyed. If you have, drop a like rating, make sure you are subscribed to stay up to date with the latest videos on the channel, and as always, I'll see you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.